Welcome back to Factorio. Today we have a bit of a problem. So you can probably see here on the map there's some red dots. These are biters. I think they're inbound. And they're just gathering. There's a nest right here. And I've done a few upgrades since the last episode. I've added some turrets, just upgraded the mining setup, added a few more furnaces. And I started automatically crafting ammunition. But this nest is becoming a bit of a problem because as I was doing it, they keep plinking little attacks into us. So I think it's time to get military production. What do we need for that? We need 15 science packs. So I'm gonna go dump them in the lab as soon as they're crafted. What I'm also gonna do, in fact, is set up a automatic crafter to make these, and I will just bring the materials over for now, but later on we'll automate this. We'll feed it iron, or gears, sorry, from over here, and copper from up here. So there we go, our lab, crafter, and we'll throw that in there and just make up a bunch of gears. And we'll just pop an inserter on there, and as and when it needs them, it'll just grab those. And in fact, I can set up another automatic crafter for gears and have that putting them into the first assembly machine. That just helps elongate this process a bit. There we go. And we can set up a little chest to drop in copper and iron in. We can dump a couple of stacks in there, and we can dump that in there, and we'll come back one more later on. But that'll do for now. That'll keep us fed for red packs at least. If not very slowly. So I'm going to go grab a little bit more copper while I am waiting for that to research. And I'm just going to dump this in that furnace. So we'll take a few extra stacks than what we need, and we'll dump some in the science lab production. And in fact, what we can do is we can just mirror this on the other side. And if you press Q, it'll just grab whatever you're hovering over. Shift right click will see, now this has got a green border around it. And if you left click, it'll copy that recipe. And we'll get optics so that you guys can see a bit better. And shift left click, moving that over here. So we'll just grab all this, set this up the same way, just to save me messing about with extra poles. We'll plonk all of this down here. And that should be that for now. That should set us up with quite a good amount of assembly machines and... not assembly machines, sorry, of red packs. That'll get the research done quite quickly. And now, though, we can make submachine guns, and if I grab a bit of wood... I can then make some power poles. Sorry, a shotgun, even, which is probably going to help clear out some of the bigger nests a little better right now, because our SMG is not incredibly effective. It takes quite a while. Got an SMG and a shotgun. We'll make a bunch of rounds for that in our inventory, and we've got quite a lot of rounds for the guns already. I'm just going to get rid of this for now, because the pistol is a bit useless. And after mild interruptions, once again, let's start heading out. I think now we should have at least a decent amount. And in fact, what research do we have? See, we don't even have walls yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop down a turret or two. Give them about 50 each. I'm just going to try and bait these guys a little bit. Help the turrets out a little bit. And glorious. So with that, our research is done on optics, so we're going to start on walls. And that's going to let us create barriers that the biters can't get past. So, yeah, I'm going to make some gun turrets. And I'm going to try and creep up a little bit. Once again, just draw them out a little bit. Because if I can clear off the bigger raiding parties that have formed up already, it should be a lot easier to take the base. There we go. And I'm going to switch to my shotgun. And now that there's less of them, it's a lot easier. For some reason, they're not that bothered about me right now. There we go. Starting to draw a bit more attention. We'll just switch back to the SMG. And keep blasting. There we go. We've wiped them out, and if we look, they were attacking because they're inside our pollution range, which has expanded since I've grown the factory a little bit. So we're going to have to get a few more radars going, and definitely start thinking about automating some walls now that we have automation. Because as soon as we can get some turret defenses going, we're going to start feeling a lot safer, hopefully. But we also need to go and wipe out a few biter nests, I think. But I don't think that's a today job. So we're going to start research on logistics so we can build better automation and better belts. And that is going to be the start of our factory setup. So I'd like to start setting up mining drills on automation now. So we're just going to make a bunch of these labs. These crafting machines. And our lab is nicely backed up with red packs from both assembly machines. So we will cancel this guy. And we'll start crafting those. Now in the meantime, we've got a lot of coal. So let's just go and dump some of this in some furnaces. So we need to set up, for electric mining drills, we need to set up iron gear wheels. We need to set up electric circuits, which in turn require copper cable, which needs copper plates. And then we can use that all to make electric mining drills, which means we're going to have to use a long-handed inserter as well there. So we'll get a few of them crafted as well. And we might as well, because we've got all the time to craft in the world right now. We'll grab a few more stacks of each material, just keep our supplies topped up. And the iron is where? Here it is. There we go, and we'll definitely grab some more rounds. So we might even move this guy over to here, just to help feed him more plates. Because I did see it was missing items every now and then, but now it seems to be quite happily fed. So, oh, we've got a biter attack up here. So we made these repair packs, which we can just zap our stuff with. It looks like the only casualty was a radar, unfortunately. So we'll start crafting those too. And now we've got some assembly machines, we can start figuring out some ratios. So in total, to make 2 circuits, because it's nice easier with whole numbers, we need 2 iron and 3 copper. And to make, so that means that for every iron plate we feed in, we need to feed it 3 copper cables. So we want a, let's start this out here, a row for iron plates, and then on the other side we'll also have copper on that belt, I think. Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll create 1 and 2 for this one, I think. Is that going to work? Yeah. So we will feed these in here, and we'll have long-handed inserters here with our power pole smack bang in the middle. And then what we can use is the, once we've unlocked them, we can add underground belts here, and that's going to help us to pass the long arms we need to pass them to the other side of the belt. So hopefully this whole thing should make us a fair good few copper green circuits for now, and we'll output them on this side. And we'll probably add, well, we'll definitely add more of these as we go on. With that, we can now make the underground belts. So we will go for electric processing next, because that's just the most useful. Oh, and we've got another attack going on at our power plant. So we'll take him out quickly. It's only little individuals every now and then so far. We'll just repair this and we'll stick a turret down for good measure. Or 2. There we go. So we might as well stick around and wait for that machine to be made so that we can place it back down. And how is our power looking anyway? Okay, so we're making way more than we need right now. It never hurt to do a little expansion since I've got the materials anyway. Just about. There we go. And just hook them up. Right, now we'll pop a radar out back and beyond here. Nestle it nicely between those 2 turrets, and that'll give us a bit more vision over the west side of our base. We'll pop another one back here in the middle. Stick another one up here, and we'll stick another turret on this. And we've got one down there protected by those turrets, so I think we're in the clear for now. Oh, turrets are engaged with the enemy, but already splattered. Right, so let's bring... I'll bring the power in all at the end. So we're going to make some of these, I'm going to make some of these, and make a few more belts. So these underground belts are going to help us massively here. Because now we can make this much more efficient in the space we've got. It's much nicer laid out to look at, you know what I mean? It doesn't... It's not an eyesore really. Which most of my factories end up being most of the time, so that's nice. If nothing else. So we'll make one more of these. There we go, and we'll just grab these. And these. And I didn't think about how I was going to get the iron to these. So I think what we'll do is we'll filter iron on the right. Is that going to work? Can only give it a go. So I've literally got one iron plate and one copper plate. So if I put the copper on that side, the iron on this side, will the copper continue? Yeah, the copper continues. And if we grab a few more iron, just to test this theory. I want to see it ideally go to both sides once one is full. No, okay, so that's not going to work. Oh, but if we output copper only to the left, will the iron still go through? No. Okay, so this isn't going to do what we want it to do. But instead, we can just peel some off at each point. But see, we still can't do that until we get fast and filter inserters, which is a good way off in research, so I have to think of a better way to do this thing. So take out this belt and we'll try and figure out something better. So we still need copper into these and iron into these. Ah, see, but what we could do is have iron on, which is going to make my whole ripping up of this completely pointless. But oh well. So we'll put these back in. We'll put the power poles back in, and belts will do all the rest of the work for us. And then we filter for copper circuits, for green circuits, and we pop them in a box for now. So we can probably expand this a bit further to the left if we want. As it stands, that's as far as that needs to go. So let's just connect that up. No, in fact, we will not. So what do we need coming in? We need copper on this belt. And that's it, so we can make that a full copper belt. That's fine. We'll start making some more belts, and we will automate those very soon. And we'll drag this out a bit further than it needs to go, just in case we do add more machines. We're nearly there. In fact, there we go, start on the fast inserters. Just gonna grab some of these out into a box. And some of these out into a box. There we go. And I can just grab those when I need them. That'll make this a lot easier. So I only want to have iron on the top side of this belt. So I need to bring that around to here. So I will bring them all the way along here so they've got a nice long buffer. Right, we'll grab all the iron in there because we're going to need to put it in that chest now that we're harvesting the gears out of it. I'm gonna need a good chunk for our own crafting, yeah. That's the word. And we'll bring this whole belt up here. That should, once it's fed in, be everything it needs. And now we'll cap this chest because we're not making a whole lot of copper. So if anything, we'll bring that back out. So while that's flowing in, we'll start making some more assembly machines. I might as well start laying out what inserters I can. This is going to be a gap, and then one, and then there. And then I need two on this side. Then I need the longs. Here and here. A nice underground belt, conveniently all I had left. Oh, and how could I forget the power pole? And then we just bring the recipes in. There we go. And I will start crafting some more things. Grab all of these. I know I've just defeated the purpose, but it is what it is. So we might as well just turn this on now. And that will start very quickly making us some green circuits, which is great. So now all we need is to add some iron gear wheels, which we'll take from here. figure out where we're placing the assembly machines first. So I think 3 will do for now. And then we will add a thing on that side so it grabs. No, I didn't think of this. Just cut this off for now. I'll empty that belt real quick because we're going to feed this one into this side of it. Didn't think about that either. It's fine. We want those anyway. So we will put this through there. So yeah, we're currently struggling a lot for iron, but we'll deal with that once we've got these in production, because this is going to help us with that. I'm going to set those up here. So we need this, and I believe, yeah, we need iron plates too. So what I'm in fact going to do is drag that this way. And that can be the red one. Which means we're going to need it to go there. Because there's only 8 ingredients coming in then on that line, as compared to 10 on the irregular inserter line. Oh yeah, and that's brilliant because then we can filter out the iron to the right. And bring them all the way up here. So we've currently not got any iron coming in because this chest is yoinking all of it. So let's just turn this off for now. And we're going to remove this and this insert just to slow down this for now. And in fact, we've got enough furnaces to drag this out a little bit further. We've definitely got the iron for it. Does mean, however, I'm going to have to fill all of these with coal again. There we go. And lastly, the inserters. Bish bosh, bish bosh. And we're going to start on steel processing because that lets us make bigger chests than the iron chests we currently use. Need a few more power poles too. There we go. And it's added a little bit more production. And of course all of these still need power. And in the case of these, outputs. And now we have fast and filter inserters. So what I wanted to do earlier on would now work. But hey ho. We have just about everything coming in now. As soon as these circuits back up a little bit. There we go, and that'll cover our outputs. Here we are. And this is probably a little bit overkill. Probably could get away with just one machine. So in fact, we're just going to just power on one for now. The very end one, just to be awkward. And I guess the first one too. It's probably going to run as well. Oh well. Do not need any of that many. Just got a bit carried away there. So that should, once the iron finally starts making its way through, should result in us having some. And here we go. See, look, the copper, the green circuits are backing up. Just going to cap this to one stack. And that means that the inserters won't put anything extra in there once it's reached that capacity. I'm just going to grab a quick drink while this fills up because my mouth is so dry from talking. Very good to stay hydrated. Apologies while I'm just waiting. If this video is up a little bit later than intended, I've got a terrible work-life balance, and at Christmas it gets even worse. So it might be up on the Tuesday, it might be the Wednesday by the time you see this, but hopefully it will be up pronto, and the next episode should be back up by next Monday. I'm going to try and stick to Monday as a schedule. There we go, much better. So we've got a good amount of iron coming in now, but it's nowhere near a full belt. And it would of course help if I'd actually set up the recipes on this. This was making miners. Let's get that out of the way for now. There we go, so we've got a chest and we'll cap this to 1. And there we go. So that's going to help us get. Might as well plumb the rest of these in. It's only going to help start the whole process a bit quicker. There we go. So that iron is starting to back up now anyway. And it won't be very long until this is full. I say that of course, and then we immediately start using everything. Because the iron gears have started to struggle quite quickly there. Yeah, this isn't really necessary. I'm going to tear down some of these. But that's all this game is about, is trying to figure out which things you're doing are mistakes and which things you probably actually should be doing. Just mean we'll get a little bit of resources back. Just keep those on us because they're always useful. So, the next thing I want to automate is belts. And we're going to use... I'm going to be a bit sneaky here, I think. Yeah. So let's just back this up a bit. So we're going to filter gears to the right. No, I want to filter gears to the left. And that's going to fill a belt with iron and copper. Iron and gears, sorry, which is going to go on to craft our conveyor belts for us. What did I just make? Did I just make a boiler? Okay. Now you know. There we go. Transport belts. We're just going to whack a couple of regular inserters on each of them. we're just going to do the same with this. Bring them down here for now, just so they're in the same chest, so that all our mining resources are together. We have a little mining readiness pack. I'm also going to craft up some of these lights before it next turns dark. And I think having constructed this, we're going to maybe expand this a little bit more. Got any more assembly machines left? I don't. All I need is iron plates, so let's just scoop up some of this and mess up our backlog. There we go. And it seems like it's just going to be like an ebb and flow, because these fill up, which fills up this belt, which means they finally start letting more iron through, and then when they let more iron through, they start taking it for the machines, at which point they start taking circuits too, so they take everything, and then the iron dries up again. So a stronger source of iron, which by mining this whole patch will definitely help us get that. But that's going to be next episode's job. Today I just wanted to set everything up. Get us all 100% ready. And maybe start crafting. What did I just say I wanted to craft? Not sure. Having a bit of a forgetful day today, but we'll just go around and dot some of these about. Oh, and we've run out of power. We've been attacked? No, we just ran out of coal there. Okay, so we'll grab a bit more. Some coal going around the system. And we'll plot the rest in there. Oh, that's full box, that'll do. And we'll just sprinkle some on the belt as well, just to help out with it loading up. There we go. So that should get everything back to full pelt. And I cannot remember for the life of me what I wanted to do. So we were going to call it a day there, I think. Oh, this isn't going to work too terribly well. No, let's cancel this. Let's just pop them in a separate chest. Oh, we don't have any more, and we don't have any more iron, of course. So let's make an iron chest, there we go. I'll take that down to 2 of them, and a row of them, because we're always going to need belts. And I think we can just about call that that. We've got a few more little tidying up jobs to do. I just want to grab coal from everywhere there. And fill up these. That's what I was going to do. I was going to finish up these in green circuit. And that's about as much as we can fit there, apparently. Just one more. That's fine by me. Put one more in there. Ding, ding. Oh. Ding. And ding. All we have to do then is pop that there. That's the last one set up there. So gonna pop a few lights around the place. Light up these because at night time I am notorious for crashing into my power poles because I can't see where they are. So this will help alleviate that issue a little bit. Already got one there. Put one there. One here. One there. Put one by the coal patch. Just sprinkle a few into the smeltery, although it doesn't, it's the one place that doesn't really need it. It stays fairly well illuminated pretty much day and night. And that should be everywhere, barring the power plant loop. So let's head out there and then we'll call this episode done. Oh, and we got a nice little surprise biter raid to end the episode. So we'll have to figure out where they've definitely come from one of these two bases here. So they will also be a target in the next episode. Pop a little lamp there. Maybe one there. Probably one here as well. And we will call that a wrap. Thank you very much for watching, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure making YouTube videos again. Haven't done so in a while, but I'd like to try and force myself to a schedule to get videos done. So if I miss an upload, please make sure to comment on my last video. Say, where's the new video, James? Where's the new video, James? James, where's the new video? Because that's the sort of motivation that I need. Make sure you like and subscribe as well if you did enjoy this video. You can check out the rest of the playlist. So far there's only 2, but maybe by the time you're watching this there might be more. Who knows? That will be in a card right now, showing up somewhere. Bam, there it is. Ooh. Go check it out. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.